We got a shop there at Quest Field. The Quest Event Center, right here at WCG 2007 Grand Final. Let's meet our players for this round of Warcraft 3. In the red corner, please give it up. All the way from the Netherlands, it's Grubby. Since 2004, Grubby's been known as one of the world's #1 players. We're excited to see what he can do at the Grand Finals. Put your hands together, Grubby! Good luck, Grubby. All right, now in the blue corner, all the way from the UK, we've got DeMusliM. Now, DeMusliM is the UK's #1 player. He also represented the UK in the 2005 Grand Final. Let's welcome him out to the grand stage right here, right at Quest Event Center from the UK, DeMusliM! Good luck, DeMusliM. All right, again, you got 5 minutes to fill out who you think is going to win this match for a chance to go beyond the game. We're going to send it over to 2 of the best commentators working today, DJ Weed and C. Gentlemen, you ready to call this match?
Ready.
Let's do it. Audience, you ready to cheer these guys on? Let's get this started. We'll see when we have a winner.
All right, folks, welcome to the World Cyber Games 2007 Grand Finals. We are here in Seattle, Washington, the second time that the World Cyber Games has graced the shores of the United States. First in San Francisco in 2004, and now 2007 here in Seattle. Locking it down on the West Coast. Coming up right now, we have got another Warcraft 3 matchup. And no, it's not Grubby versus Fly, which my screen says right there. It's actually Grubby versus DeMusliM will be playing. Both players from 4 Kings. And joining me is Seed from Imbalanced Seed. We talked a little bit about this matchup prior to this game starting. We're about ready to meet these players. We'll get your predictions in just a second. This is from Group H. Tomorrow the bracketed play will begin, and we got Grubby playing his longtime favorite race of the Orc. WCG 2005 in Singapore took 3rd place, and in 2004 in San Francisco, he was the champion.
Yeah, he also won the Electronic Sports World Cup in 2005. Those were his years when he was very, very strong. More recently, he hasn't been at that very top level. And over here is Benjamin Baker, known as DeMusliM from the UK. He was recently picked up by 4 Kings because they wanted more UK Warcraft 3 players because they are a UK-based clan. He has managed to qualify for the big international events, but he hasn't really made his mark on any of them yet.
Now, does the fact that he's a teammate with Grubby, do you think that that's going to fare at all in this matchup?
Well, some teammates, when they know that they'll be in the same group, they won't practice against each other. Some of them will. So if they've been practicing, they might have played 20 games in the past week against each other. So they basically know what the other person's doing. But if they haven't played, they could both be coming up with something new.
All right, well, we're going to be returning to Knollwood once again. 6 starting locations on this matchup. In fact, in the previous matchup that we saw, both times that we spawned the map, players were very, very close to one another. But with 6 locations, anything really could happen. And we've also got the fountain in the middle, fountain of health or fountain of mana. It looks like we're ready to start this one. Grubby versus DeMusliM coming up here on the main stage. All right, folks, make some noise. Grubby versus DeMusliM here on No Wood for Warcraft 3 on the main stage, World Cyber Games 2007. I'm DJ Lee. Joining me is Seed from Imbalance. And we are going to be hopping into this game in just a moment. No Wood, talk about this in an orc versus human matchup. We saw it in the last matchup, actually, the exact same scenario. And we did see, I don't think anything too unorthodox. Of course, we did see the early tower rush with not a whole lot of support. And one thing that we are going to want to do in this match a little bit different is just be careful about giving away the start location of these players. So you'll hear about that from us in just a moment once we know that the players are very well aware. We got 2 English speakers inside the booth there, and we just don't want to give anything away. So we do know that Grubby will be playing as the orc in the green, while his opponent, DeMusliM, will be playing as human in the blue.
Now, Grubby, I haven't seen him in any tournaments recently, and obviously he's been practicing for this one, so I'm very interested to see how strong is he coming in to World Cyber Games. How good is his micro?
Well, we're going to find out. Looks like we are going to have a fountain of mana in the middle, and how that will come into play. We'll find out here in shortly, but we're just starting with some pretty typical build orders. Once again, Grubby as orc in the green, DeMusliM as human in the blue. We'll give away their starting locations here in just a moment once both players know that they know where each other are. We're going to have the first heroes coming out as well, and they got some lights turned off back there apparently on the screens. Both players incredibly happy about that. First scout for DeMusliM is going to come out, going to be a militiaman, and he's going to start scouting counterclockwise from his original base location, and the same will go for this one peon coming out by Grubby. So I do believe it'll be DeMusliM who will find his opponent first.
Yeah, one interesting thing is that in the past, Grubby he's had some trouble against human players. This matchup is definitely hard for the orc player with those devastating tier 2 pushes. So watch for those to be coming out of DeMusliM. And as we see Grubby going with the Farseer and DeMusliM with the Archmage, same builds we saw from the previous game. Both very, very standard. Lumber Mill for the human player. He'll be teching very quickly to tier 2.
We do have the Archmage out now for DeMusliM, and he is going to basically go the exact same route that his original scout with. Actually, he'll go right to the first scout camp. You can see here that we do have a peasant making his way into the base of Grubby. Grubby got his Farseer out, and his Spirit Wolf now is trying to attack this peasant back here, while this peasant will go toe-to-toe here with this peon. Finally, he does go down to that wolf. The creeping will start off right now. Both players know their locations of their opponents. They also know their opening heroes based off of what we saw. Now, Grubby may not know that his opponent has an Archmage out, but I mean, logically, in the grand scheme of things, of course, Grubby is probably has already broken that down, processed that, and knows that that would be the smartest choice for his opponent to go with human on this map.
Now, interesting, DeMusliM here, he isn't going for the Goblin Merchant creeps for his second creep. He's sticking with these very low green creeps, but he'll need one more of those if he wants level 2. And level 2 is very key for the Archmage. It gives them Brilliance Aura and a whole ton more mana.
We have the Farseer now trying to get some work done here on the Footman. Militiamen come out also to help. Archmage is going to pull these gnolls over here, and in comes the Farseer along with his Spirit Wolves. Spirit Wolves are going to instantly go after that Water Elemental. A few grunts coming in from the back, so we will have a backline attack here by Grubby to start things off up in this matchup. It's a 4 Kings matchup, Grubby versus DeMusliM right here on the main stage of the World Cyber Games 2007. It did look like the Archmage head back. Level 2 for the Farseer there. Farseer instantly going after that Archmage, who's down to about 30% health. That Archmage is going to have to hightail it back to the human base. And that's also going to allow Grubby to sort of get an inside look as to what's happening inside the base of DeMusliM, including the tech to Tier 2, as well as a few additional structures being made.
Yeah, and so some of these PNs will be going down here. You really can't lose too many of those, because once you hit Tier 2, you have to put down 2 Arcane Sanctums. Both of them take tons of woods. If you lose too many peasants early, then you don't have the wood that you need to get those 2 structures up, which really hurts you.
And Grubby might make a more aggressive push here into the base of his opponent. DeMusliM being stopped here, and it looks like DeMusliM is actually going to get away. Actually, I believe that I believe that DeMusliM actually killed that DeMusliM move that we saw Todd do yesterday in order to prevent Grubby from earning that experience from that unit right there. I believe that was a bolt that came out of the Archmage. So Grubby will continue to hang around there. Voodoo Lounge going up for Grubby. Pretty much what we expect. More footmen being pushed out here. 1 Arcane Tower in the base of DeMusliM right now, and he's just waiting for his tech to complete here. Some more grunts coming out. Militiaman comes out just a little bit too far from the base. And right now, I think that Grubby's sort of got the creeping advantage right now. He's really sort of walled up his opponent inside his own base, and that will kind of give him some free reign over the map right now. He's going to check out the fountain, too, realize it's a fountain of mana. He'll probably go ahead and let his mana restore here. And this 1 grunt is hanging back here. Do some additional damage here against the Archmage. There's 2 more grunts over to the northwest of him, and they will just run away to their safety.
Yeah, we'll probably see some more creeping here. Tier 2 for DeMusliM, he will go with the Mountain King, and we should see a couple of Arcane Sanctums going up for him, and that is what Grubby will be looking to cancel those buildings. And a Bestiary Spirit Lounge for Grubby, he'll be going with Raiders and Spirit Walkers, still very standard from both players.
And we'll have the Mountain King coming out, of course, the Tauren Chieftain on the other side, and Grubby will continue his harassment here of these units of DeMusliM, doing a good job and pretty much for the most part keeping DeMusliM on the chase. Right now, 1 footman hanging back and being chased down here by these wolves. Thanks to the range damage of the Archmage, who will go down. Nice chain lightning there. That'll take down 1 of them, do some additional damage there on the footman, so 2 more remain. And their hero is nowhere to be found. That level 2 Archmage is down to about 190 of 750 hit points. So unfortunately, these footmen may go down quite easily to the hands of Grubby.
Yeah, but one thing to point out here, losing footmen isn't the biggest deal in this matchup. It's still very, very even. What really matters is what happens in this first Tier 2 push very early on in Tier 2 is the key in this matchup.
Well, we're going to find out here in just a moment, as the Tauren Chieftain is now out for Grubby, and looks like a block there on the Water Elemental. Now going to go ahead and take out this last creep right here. Try to get that Tauren Chieftain up to level 2 now. Taking a look inside the base, there is the Spirit Lodge. It is up, and as you said, we do have Tier 2 units coming out for Grubby. Now Raiders will be coming out first, and they will join up with the army of Grubby. It did see Arcane Sanctum there, so expecting some casters to come out. But that side of DeMusliM.
The Arcane Sanctum, they're very, very late, and if you look, there's not much wood for him. So losing all those peasants early made it so that he couldn't build the second Arcane Sanctum. He's got 1 built in his base, but that's definitely not what you want in this matchup. And playing someone of Grubby's caliber, you need everything to go right. You can't have things like that going wrong.
So he's basically only got the 1 Arcane Sanctum, and then he's going to have to work towards getting the second one up. But that will also prevent him from, not being able to pump out units as quickly as Grubby has because of that resource management.
Yeah, but wood is a resource in this game. You can get as much of it as you want. You really only need it for making buildings, not for making units so much. So once that's up, he'll be back to full strength.
All right. Well, as we continue the battles here, in and outs of the corners of the map, the fountain not really coming into play too much. Grubby using his Farseer and using that fountain with his Farseer to regain some mana. And now it looks like we're going to see our first sort of push here by DeMusliM. First caster will join us. It is a sorceress here for DeMusliM, and he's very close to Grubby's base right now. Not sure if he's actually planning on just creeping around and taking away some of these easy kills, or if he's actually planning any sort of an assault right here. Mountain King is going to go in, and we are going to have a net on the Mountain King. Maybe formula for a surround there, but Mountain King escapes just in time. But level 1 right now, and going the opposite way, another surround attempt right here, and he may be forced to TP out. Mountain King will get a heal right there, and he is hurting very badly. Down to about 15%, he's going to be forced to TP out. We do also see some of these casters going down. The Tauren Chieftain just hacking through those soft units with his axe. And that was a nice little defense there by Grubby.
Yeah, I don't know why the human player here, why he's going so offensive when he has so few units. I mean, you could really see that battle just was not going to be in his favor. He needs to back up until he gets some more units. Grubby here, he's going to be sitting at 50 food for some time. If he goes past that, he basically gets taxed. So he will sit there, get some gold, do some creeping, and then push past 50 food.
Right now, Grubby controlling the center of the map after that push by DeMusliM, the human player in blue. And he'll have no problem taking out these creeps around the Fountain of Man. In fact, he'll even get a level up as well on his Farseer. Tauren Chieftain right now, level 2.
And I believe that DeMusliM is creeping out that gold mine, and he's bringing some militia over. That means he could be going for the expo here. He probably doesn't think he can fight Grubby early, so he'll just tower up, get the second base up, use that extra money to try to bring this game back.
And that's exactly what he's got on his mind. However, Grubby is making a forward assault over to the east side of the map, and he is going to meet up with this army that has just cleared out this possible expansion area for DeMusliM. And right now we do have casters in the mid line right now. He's going to want to, in fact, he's just going to TP out of there immediately. Some priests have been added to that formula right there, but there were no peasants down there to start the expansion, which probably would have been a good thing anyway for DeMusliM, because had Grubby approached that, he would have just had to cancel it anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Grubby is definitely in control of this game. He's put an expansion of his own up, and he's definitely been creeping way more. DeMusliM's just basically running at every single point where Grubby has the level 3 Farseer, probably close to level 3 on his Tauren Chieftain also, which definitely gives him a huge edge.
Yeah, I think that he will be hitting level 3 here. His Farseer is level 3. Tauren Chieftain, I believe, was about 50% health last time, or excuse me, 50% XP. And there he is. He's just leveled up to level 3. So the creeping will continue here. It looks like a few more Spirit Walkers have been added to the army of Grubby. I also see a couple more Raiders in there as well. So here comes the continued creep of DeMusliM. He's got obviously a few more casters coming out here as well. He's now got 4 sorceresses and now a 3rd priest coming up and join in on the party. The Mountain King is out with these 3 footmen as well. Now you talked a little bit about the tier 2 push, Seed, and we really, since the tier 2 units have come out, we've seen some small spats around the map, but we haven't seen one particular army choose to go all out for any sort of an assault.
Normally it's the human player who would be doing that, but the human here just doesn't have all the units which he needs to actually pull off some sort of tier 2 push like that. But the big issue here is he hasn't scouted the expo, and the Archmage will probably have the town portal out here very low. There is a TP on the Archmage there, and there goes the town portal. But what Grubby has is he's got the second base going up. DeMusliM hasn't scouted it yet, so that's basically insurance for Grubby. If he somehow loses some battle, loses 2 of his heroes, he still has all this extra cash, which will help him out. And now he has one more expansion where DeMusliM was going to expand there. So he's just trying to lock this game up by getting a huge gold advantage.
Nice offensive expansion block there by Grubby. And also a very nice force of the TP on the Archmage there. Not only got the snare, but this near surround, and then a perfectly timed chain lightning as well. So the creeping will continue here for DeMusliM, as he seems to be okay with the progress and the pace of the game right now. But I don't know that he is actually aware of the multiple expansions that are up for Grubby right now. And that may actually come, well, it is going to come in huge for play. But first, these 2 teams are going to meet up right here. Well, one Raider is going to go down. Another force TP there on the Archmage, as a lot of focus on those soft casters of the human race from DeMusliM come out. And once again, DeMusliM, this this base is becoming all too familiar to him. He's spending a lot of time back there.
Yeah, and those town portals, if you don't know, they aren't cheap. They're basically cost as much as 2 of his casters, and he's probably used maybe 3 or 4 of them. So he'd have a much larger army if he wasn't constantly forced to use his town portal. And Grubby, he's pushed past 50 food. He's at 65, while DeMusliM is still sitting there at 50. He'll bolt this Troll Berserker here and get 1 kill to help bring this game back.
Mercenary goes down, and a nice job there by DeMusliM. He's now sitting pretty with his 2 heroes. He's got several casters there, and he's now actually called his militiamen as well, too. So I'm not sure if maybe he's actually going to be prepping up for an expansion here. A lot of times a call on a militiaman and clear out a gold mine and then use the militiamen once they've expired to go ahead and build the expansion. But Grubby's army's very, very close right now, and may actually roll up on him during this creep. Now, this is going to be bad because the casters are in the back line. That's exactly what's going to happen here. We're going to see Raiders snare those casters in the back line. It's going to take some work to clear them out. Once again, a TP comes out, as I do not believe there was much of a unit loss there on behalf of DeMusliM.
Five peasants don't make it on that town portal. They will all be slaughtered. Now, one interesting thing Grubby has, he got 1 troll witch doctor. What that does is it can make sentry wards, so they are scattered all over that map. So how he got the creepjack was from that sentry ward, giving him vision of DeMusliM creeping.
And of course, a big loss there for DeMusliM too, as well, losing those what was it, about 5 peasants there in that, and easy XP there also for Grubby now. More grunts coming out for Grubby. Once again, the army of DeMusliM back at the human base that's on the east side of the map. And once again, you know, you don't want to be spending too much time out here, especially considering that a lot of the creep locations around his base have been taken out. So there's a lot of travel time that's being wasted there by DeMusliM for every time that he TPs back. In addition, the sentry wards put down by Grubby, a great way to lift the fog of war for him and keep a close eye on exactly what DeMusliM is trying to do in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Grubby should be making some sort of push into DeMuslim's base anytime now. He's nearly at 80 food. Once you go past 80 food, you are taxed even more, and it's a very, very heavy tax. So he will probably be fighting very soon because he won't want to push past 80 food, and that's what he's doing right now, heading over to DeMuslim's base, and DeMusliM will have the town portal once more to try and go back and save this base.
We do have Chain Lightning coming in from the back line. The Raiders will stop on that arcade sanctum. Here comes the TP in, and luckily for him, the only unit that was trapped in that back line was going to be one of those Spirit Wolves, and we are going to see a Spirit Walker get trapped here by the trees and the Spellbreakers, and eventually will go down. There he goes, and Grubby did try to go for the push, but once again forced another TP. I gotta say, I'm not keeping count back there. I don't have a tally, but I think it's 5.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very high. Now, you might be wondering, why is Grubby not actually fighting here when he has this huge lead? But the thing is, how the group system works. One loss can really set you back. He's got one strong player in his group, Zhao Ti, the Chinese player, so one loss here could really set him back. So he wants to be very careful and make sure that he absolutely wins this game.
I think that's actually a great point, because the results of the group stages will actually determine what your seed is in the bracket play. And since groups already played yesterday and they already know how the first set of brackets are going to be set out, you make a very good point about just playing your safest game that you possibly can and securing yourself victory, because you never know what another person in your group who you think is going to advance may lose 3 games and suddenly things are turned upside down. So are we finally going to get an expansion here from DeMusliM? It looks like, well, not initially here. We have a tower going up and a second tower, and that may go down before we actually have a town hall being built. But here comes Grubby once again, Farseer leading up the charge.
Now,
and
I can see playing slow, but when you're outmining the other player 3-1, as Grubby currently is, this game should be over, and he should make some sort of final push now. He has a much larger army, much higher hero level, so he should be able to pull this out very soon. And that's probably what this is, his final push.
We do have the altar going down, as well as the arcade sanctum. The TP is just a little bit too late right there. and Grubby is already going to be out of there. He's going to set himself up in a good position and now go up against this army. Instantly, we're going to have Spellbreakers snared, and the Raiders are going to start focus firing here on these units. Casters in the back, priests doing their job, and a good job at least microing those in the back line. We do have some Spirit Walkers that are hurting here down in the red, but they will get healed up. Brunson Raiders now moving to the back line, going to start hammering away at these casters. This may be the final battle right here. Torn Chieftain also getting in on the mix.
Mountain King very, very, very low. It'll probably go down very soon there. It's being ensnared by a Raider, but it draws back only 75 health there.
And it is very, very low. Raider going to go for another snare as soon as he's got it, and he's low as hell. Mountain King is going to make his whack in, takes a potion right now, and these Spellbreakers are hurting badly. We've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of them hurting right now. That priest goes down as well. No more healing here for the human race right now through those priests. Spellbreaker is going to be forced to go back in the base. 4 of those guys in desperate need of some help attention here, and a nice line of fire there by the Torn Chief to do some additional damage. A few more hits there on those Spellbreakers, and they will be going down. He's going to try to draw them out once again, and this is definitely going to be the final push for Grubby. We have some siege weapons coming in as well. They're going to go after that Scout Tower and that Arcane Tower, and he's driving his opponent into the back of his base, leaving all of these buildings exposed for him to go at it. Mountain King will finally go down. DeMusliM says GG as soon as it happens, and it is game over. Grubby wins it. Seed, a very smart game by Grubby, I think.
Yes, very, very well played for him. His big match next will be him playing against Zhao T. That'll probably decide who gets first in this group and who gets second. On the other side, DeMusliM now, he needs some serious help to make it out of this group. You basically have to beat Zhao T and everybody else who have any chance of moving on out of this group stage.
It's going to be very, very difficult, but Grubby can at least rest a little bit, take a breath of relaxation, knowing that he's going to be one step closer for getting out of that group stage, and that's ultimately what these guys are trying to achieve here. They must get out of the group stage before they can even be considered for placement in the top 3 for that gold, silver, or bronze medal. And again, a smart game by Grubby, very, very well played. DeMusliM, I think, actually put on some decent skills there. You know, there were definitely a few errors. There were definitely a few moments where timing became crucial to the matchup. But overall, I didn't think he looked bad at all. I think he looked quite well. So coming up next here on the grand final stage, Counter-Strike Group G, full league, 4 Kings taking on Generation X from Brazil. That's coming up next here at WCG 2007.